Oh, guys, SoFi is not looking pretty. The entire market's down. We're getting squashed, man. Oil's up, the VIX is up, and we have a lot to break down. The charts, SoFi, what I'm doing, other stocks I'm watching. So, guys, hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe. Join my Patreon if you want to keep up with my portfolio updates, my trades, investments. If you want to be a part of my private Discord, all of that's linked down below, pinned in the comments, or go to StockSurfS.com/Patreon. And now, no coffee for this video. Got the good old water. Cheers. I appreciate you all for tuning in. Let's dive into it. So we're down over 6% on SoFi stock right now, as every index in the U.S. market, well, is getting squashed, especially the Russell, which is down over 1.3%. Let me pull this up and show you guys. And by the way, this is just a healthy pullback. Let's get that clear. We talked about that in my previous video. I'll say it again. This is a healthy pullback in the stock market, even though the Russell is down over 40 points, down almost 1.5%. We're still looking fine on these charts. The Dow's down, let's see, almost 1% actually, after hitting all-time highs yesterday at about 51.3. Now we're pulling back, and it's still well above the 50 and well above the 180 moving average here on the 4-hour time frame, as the Qs are down. Let's see here, guys, about 0.5% right now, and the S&P is down over 0.6. So the Qs are actually down the least out of the bunch, which usually isn't the case on days where we're noticing volatility's increasing, oil's up, stocks are down in general. Usually the Qs are down the most, but in this case, they're not. It's actually not too bad of a day for the Qs. And again, this is just a healthy pullback across the board, in my opinion. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. And like we mentioned in the previous video, guys, the market is kind of immune to everything going on in Iran, all these new headlines, all these, the headlines of us going back and forth, this, that, the third. The market is not as reactive as it was a couple months ago or weeks ago. And that's actually a good thing until we get some really bad news, which hopefully doesn't happen. Then the market will probably be more reactive again. But it's so immune. It's so used to seeing everything day in, day out. The flip-flopping, the this, the that, the headlines, that it's not that big of a deal anymore. And I still think, personally, we're going to get a deal with Iran sooner rather than later, even though Trump said the U.S. blockade could last through Labor Day, which would not be good in my opinion. Having oil prices elevated throughout the summer, that would not be good, but something tells me we're going to get a deal before that. It might be in July, it might be in August, but I don't know. We'll see. I just don't see it going all throughout the summer through Labor Day. We shall see. What do you guys think? And going back over here to SoFi, let me show you what's going on. We're down 6.5%. And clearly, guys, we're now right above the 180 SMA, holding on by a thread. We're actually under the 50 moving average with today's trading, as again, we're down over $1, man, 6.5% in the red. And essentially, guys, we've given back all the gains from that spike we saw at the end of last week. When was that? Yeah, I think that was on Friday. SoFi had a ridiculous move after hitting 1580 on Thursday. So last Thursday, think about this. SoFi hit 1580. It ran to almost $20 as of Friday in the morning. That was a 25% move. And now we've spent the last 1, 2, 3 trading days giving back all those gains. We're down about 15% from that high from Friday morning. Again, we're maintaining support right at that 180 SMA on this 4-hour chart, but it's barely holding on. It's holding on by a thread at this point. And the cup and handle that we talked about yesterday, you could argue it could still play out, but man, with the market selling off, volatility going through the roof, I don't see that playing out today or tomorrow until the market kind of stabilizes and, starts to consolidate, maybe start to go back up. That would be good for SoFi at this point, and we're still up, I guess, a good chunk from where we were on this 30-minute chart. You can see a couple days ago, actually like a week or two ago, we hit about 14.90, so we're still up from that point about 10%, but the chart is starting to break down here on the 30-minute time frame. We do have a death cross. We are under the moving averages now, and it's holding on this trend line is the last hope in the short term for SoFi. It's maintaining it as support. You guys can see it right at about 1650, 1675. Once we start taking out 16, it starts creeping back into the $15 range. Yeah, I mean, that coupled with more selling in stocks, we could be going lower on SoFi. That's the reality. But I still think it's a decent range, decent price to buy, right? If you have a longer term mentality, if you're willing to be patient and wait things out, I think SoFi is a good buy right now, which, look, whether it goes to $12, $13 like we thought a couple weeks ago, whether it stays here at 15, 16, if you think it's going to 20, 25, $30 a share again, it's still a good buy, right? Here, whether it's here or 12, 13, 14 a share, we can nitpick all these prices all we want, but long term, whether you buy it at 15, 16, 12, 13, I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference in the grand scheme of things, right? That's my humble opinion. So that's a quick breakdown on SoFi, and I'm just holding on to my shares now, guys. Robinhood's another one that's taking a beat down in the same space, if you will, as SoFi, and I think Robinhood chart-wise looks a lot better in the short term than SoFi. We can see here it popped to about $98 a couple days ago. Now we've actually pulled back completely in this range, which you guys can see we were trading in this window for a couple of days between 82, 83 as support, which was resistance for a couple weeks, with resistance at about $95. So we got a little hot. We ran to about 97, almost got to $100 a share. That would have been awesome. But then Robinhood saw the pullback. Today it's down another 5.5%. Now it's right by these moving averages. I think buyers are going to come in here. In fact, I'm looking to buy more. Robinhood, I actually bought some more yesterday. Probably a little prematurely there, guys. I should have waited till today. But in the grand scheme of things, like I said with SoFi, here with Robinhood, whether I buy at 85, 83, 82, right? I still think long term, it's not going to make much of a difference. And my average cost is $73 per share on the stock right now. So Robinhood, I like the dip. I think more buyers are going to start coming in here. I got some questions on Rivian earlier. Let's cover that quickly. Rivian is creeping up 3% on the day. It's up a lot off the lows here. We called it out originally, I think at 15, 16 bucks. Now it's up from $12, which was that low. It's up 42% to where it is now, and I think the breakout, although it is a bit overbought, you could argue it needs to cool off, pull back a little bit, but I think the breakout is just getting started. I think we're going to cleanly take out 18.50, and this stock will be over 20 bucks again. That's my opinion here on Rivian. Let's see what else is selling off today. We have a good amount of selling in Circle Internet Group, ticker CRCL, which is down 9%. That chart starting to break down. Not loving that. We have, let's see here, guys, Open Door, which we haven't talked about in a while. That's selling off. Oklo selling off. Coinbase is selling off for obvious reasons, right? We have crypto getting destroyed. By the way, Bitcoin failed to break through 82K. Remember that gap we were talking about a couple weeks ago? I said, guys, if we break 82, this could start filling the gap to 95. Oh, by the way, that never happened, right? Here we are at 65K again. We're about to test the lows from back in February, and by the looks of it, man, I think Bitcoin might take out that low. I think the downtrend is clearly intact and it's going to continue for quite some time. I'm seeing people in my comments saying, oh, Bitcoin is going to 40, 45K. Don't buy any yet. And I haven't bought any Bitcoin in months at this point. I actually looked back on my account where I buy Bitcoin. The last time I bought was when it was at 65K. The last time it tanked, right, which was back in February. So I haven't bought Bitcoin in about 4 months. And I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I didn't average in here in the 70s, 80s. I'm glad I'm waiting till now to potentially add more. And honestly, I'm waiting till it gets even lower. I think we're going to take out 60K. And at this point, man, Bitcoin, you can make an argument it's going to 50K, 45K. But I think the chart still looks great in the grand scheme of things. And I think buyers are going to buy this thing up. If you think Bitcoin, the momentum, the hype is done, you have another thing coming for you, man. You haven't been a part of the crypto market for long. This goes through cycles. I think Bitcoin will have its time in the sun again. I think now's a good time to slowly accumulate a little bit. If you have extra capital to put at risk, I think once, look, the stock market's ripping, AI stocks are going nuts, but once those cool off a little bit, once we get money start trickling back into Bitcoin, crypto, it's going to go nuts because the reality is, guys, the crypto market has been sucked dry at this point. Everybody's flooding out, running to the exit, right? People are commenting. I made a couple of videos on Bitcoin commenting, or people are commenting, oh, it's over. The gravy train's done. It's a scheme. It's time to sell. And whenever I see these types of comments, guys, that's the time to buy. I know sentiment is getting pretty dang low, and being a content creator, this is one of the perks, right? Well, there's a lot of perks. It's awesome. It's a lot of work. It's awesome. It's a lot of work, but one of the things is you get to gauge where the audience, the retail investors are at, because I'm fortunate enough to get millions of views across all these platforms pretty much every week, right? We're averaging like 5 million to 10 million views a week across all these platforms. And at this point, I see comments coming in every day and I get a gauge. It's like you can see where retail's at when it comes to AI stocks, stock market in general, software stocks, crypto, Bitcoin. And let me tell you, man, sentiment is at an all-time low right now. Maybe not all-time low, but it's pretty low. And the thing is, this is happening during a bull market in stocks. So I think eventually, man, money's going to come back into crypto. If you're patient, if you have time on your hands, right? Now's not a bad time to slowly add and just sit on it. Hold on to it. And I'm not saying buy, any fart poop coin you see online. That's not what I'm saying. But if you're looking at Bitcoin, for me, I'm just in Bitcoin, guys. I think it's a decent time to, put some money into it and let it ride. Even though I said I'm waiting a little bit more, I'm still eager to buy some here, honestly, especially if it goes under 60K. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Little Bitcoin talk here at the end. I'm curious where your head's at. Let me know in the comments. Hit the like button, subscribe, join the Patreon, whatever the heck it's called, guys, for my portfolio updates, my trades, investments, options moves, and if you want to be a part of my private Discord, all of that's linked down below, pinned in the comments, or go to StockSurfS.com/Patreon. And with that being said, cheers. I'll see you all in the next video.